So I just saw Guardians of the Galaxy and... Wait a second. What's that?
I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with.
So there's been a lot of hype for this movie over the past few months. It's specifically when the first trailer came, people were getting really excited. But before that, people were like, Guardians of the Galaxy? Who are they? The Guardians of the Galaxy have always been more of a C-list Marvel property, and a lot of people weren't sure why Marvel would make a $170 million movie out of such obscure characters. But I think when everyone saw that first trailer, they realised, hey, there's something here. There's something unique. There's something fun. There's something different from the other sort of superhero fare we've had over the past few years, and that is the trailer it's amazing how well the trailer represents the movie, because that's all the great things I have to say about it. It's unique, it's inventive, it's risk-taking, and, you wonder why these characters have been so obscure when they're just so fun and interesting and just really exciting. I really love this. I really like this movie. Mostly because of the characters. I like everyone on the team, specifically Chris Pratt, who plays Star-Lord, our main hero, our protagonist. Chris Pratt brings a real likeable aspect to this Han Solo kind of roguish type character. He's written very well, but I think Chris Pratt definitely brings a lot of the likability factor, and it's just a really good lead. I think most people would agree that the scene-stealing characters in the movie are Groot and Rocket Raccoon, a talking tree and a talking raccoon, both who are just so wonderful, especially Groot, who can only say 3 words, "I am Groot," in that order. But the way Vin Diesel sort of portrays him, this animated character, is just he's so likable and fun. They could have been the Jar Jar Binks of this film. They could have been just there for the kids. And okay, kids will draw to these characters but not because they're specifically aimed at kids, because they're really funny, they're really likable. There are some really heartfelt scenes with them, and they feel like actual characters. Despite being these CGI creations, they feel like real people. Much like how the apes felt in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And I think we're seeing a real turnaround this year with CGI characters. Gone are the days of Jar Jar Binks. The walking cartoon rabbit. Now we have fully developed CGI characters, and I love it. Bring on more. Gamora and Strax are also really great. Dave Bautista, I think this is his first acting role, but for a first acting role, he does a good job. I'm really looking forward to seeing him in more films in the future. The villains in this film are fine. They're good. The main villain, Ronan, he's intimidating. He's menacing. Not the most memorable of villains, but I think he's probably he's serviceable in the film. Another problem I have with the film, which I kind of learned not to really care about, is that it is another MacGuffin plot. There is another sort of artifact. I won't spoil what it is, but like with the Tesseract in the Avengers and the Ether in For the Dark World, there is another MacGuffin that our characters are fighting over, which is a kind of a tired and time-old plot. People have been telling the story for ages. And yes, while it is not the most inventive of plots, you don't really care because the characters are so fun and likable that you kind of, it's not an awful story, but you kind of like don't. The story isn't as important. More the dynamic between this this great cast of characters. The soundtrack is one of my favourite aspects of the movie. I'm going to buy this soundtrack. It's got a lot of great pop hits from the 70s and the 80s. You know, stuff by Blue Swede, David Bowie. You know, the Jackson 5. You know, just and you know it definitely reflects really well. It's a really clever way of reflecting on Peter Quill's character, because he was a kid that grew up in this time on Earth, and it really anchors the film's connection to Earth, and we don't spend a lot of time on Earth, which I think is great, because I'm kind of I think it's quite good to see kind of like a comic book movie outside of planet Earth, but but it does have a really great anchor to Earth, and just some of the songs are really catchy. James Gunn definitely proves himself as a big blockbuster director. He had mostly done before this kind of like more independent films like Sliver and Super, and I was just surprised how well he could direct action and these giant CGI set pieces. These great action set pieces. I think he's a really talented director, and I can't wait to see him return to directing Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Make sure you stay for the post-credit scene in this film. Now, it's not a big epic. Oh my god, don't expect like Ultron to, grab a skull and break it or something. It's nothing like that. But it is really funny, really clever, and if you're a Marvel fan, I think you'll really love it. But what do you think? Did you enjoy this film as much as I did? Are you looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Please state your opinion in the comment section below, and please subscribe. Currently I'm working on a Doctor Who related video, that's all I'll say, which I want to get out before Series 8 airs, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Thank you, this was Isaac's Movie Page, and thank you for listening.